Welcome to In Style Cooking and the Community. I am so glad you joined us today. I'm the host, Kathy Tillery, and Susan Shipman is our co-host, and also the owner of Oven Odyssey.
Indeed, she is.
Catering
Yes,
and
baking
meals and
meal
baking
prep
and what? No wedding cakes.
No wedding cakes, ever.
What?
It's just a skill I don't possess. And
Okay.
I just,
No wedding cakes.
I have
And then
to be
we've got a
okay with
wonderful guest, Lewis Downing with Downing and Sons. And we're so happy you're here with
I'm
us.
thrilled
And
to be back
so
again.
thankful that you're supporting our community by supporting our community show.
Yes,
That's right.
yes,
Thank
yes.
you
We're very
much. Thank you
thankful.
for having us again.
And actually, on one of the other shows that has aired probably recently, I mentioned if anybody wanted to advertise or be on the show as a sponsor, or if you just want to
Or
give
just-
to us,
there you
yeah,
go.
you can do that
Giving.
too. You
Giving
can
is
just give
good.
to us, but contact any of us, our guest. And Lewis will be happy. You can send them my phone number. That's fine.
Very good. And we
Yeah.
will give you something in return. There's no doubt about that.
We'll give you a
Might be a
great
pimento cheese
time on
sandwich.
the show and some of Susan's fabulous
Yes.
cooking.
Speaking of sandwiches, we cooked the second loaf of sourdough bread this morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
yes,
this
yes.
is a new
Yes, it
thing
is.
she's
It's a
doing,
new
Lewis.
venture. It's and the whole sourdough thing is like a culture. It's I mean
It really is.
a cult and a culture because you're keeping this alive. You're keeping
Sure.
this starter thing alive.
Pun
And-
intended.
yes, yes, and it has. It's like, ooh, the first one didn't turn out very well. It was a little gummy in the middle because I didn't let it cook for long enough because it was looking like it was gonna burn. And so my mentor said, no, you need the thermometer. It needs to be 205 degrees on the inside before you take it out of the oven. And so that's what we did this time. I haven't cut it open yet because I want to share that experience with Mr. Shipman. Because
Yeah, and you need to share that with us.
Yes,
Maybe you can do
yes.
some before the next show.
Yes, absolutely.
And
we'll talk about
or at least
feeding
within the next month. Yeah,
we
we've
can
got to
make that
give you a little
happen.
time to
Yeah.
do it, right?
Yeah, well, I need to perfect it so that it doesn't.
So maybe
stink.
in a couple months.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
7 or 8
Next
shows.
time around.
So we're not having sourdough for
Today.
pimento cheese sandwiches
Correct.
today.
We're not.
Okay.
But we're going to have the pimento.
That's why she gave us the scoop on the sourdough bread.
Okay.
That's
just
right.
said. Yes,
And
yes.
so I'm going to cut into
Excellent.
that
Well,
when
we'll
I
be
get
excited
home,
about
and
that.
we'll see,
That's great.
if it's going to be edible. The other one was edible. It just wasn't right because it was just a little quite not done enough in the middle. But it had the right crispy crust, and the inside was fluffy and holy like it's supposed to be. And so I am going to say that this next one, the one that's waiting for me to slice into it in my kitchen at this very moment, is going to be amazing.
I imagine
Yes,
so.
and
yeah.
you
I
can
imagine.
make all kind of, when you're feeding the starter, you have to take some of it out because you only use so much at a time
Right.
to get the bread going, and so they call that the discard. You can make all kind of things with the starter discard. So we're going to do that too. We're going to have a lot of experiences with sourdough, or we're going to throw it all in the trash can. So it's either or. There's no middle lane on this.
I think pancakes
Yeah.
are easy enough with
Yes,
sourdough.
we can do
starter
that,
discard.
yes. Yes.
Sourdough, and the reason why she's talking about sourdough, but a lot of people use, I know like this, what you're making today, you said you're going to make pimento cheese, is
We
that
are,
right?
we are.
It's great for weddings and showers
It's
and church
better
snacks.
than the cake. I can do
Yes.
the sourdough better than the cake, no
Yeah.
question about that. Yes, and sourdough has got a lot of nutrition benefits, particularly for people who have issues with gluten
GI,
because of the fermenting of the dough. And I'll have a really good scientific explanation for that the next time we talk about sourdough bread, and when we're going to actually use some sourdough bread in what we're cooking.
Excuse me.
So, yeah, that'll be great. So
Well-
we're gonna make the mayonnaise that goes in the pimento
Now,
cheese today too. Yes,
Oh,
yes, we are.
Great. And you know what I was talking. You know, like the cheap white bread
Yeah.
that you can buy the long big
Yeah.
loaves
Yeah.
of like the king.
There is no cheap bread
We
anymore.
don't. Yeah, I know, but you know that we got to be positive, right?
Okay.
Think about things.
Cheaper.
The generic brand
Okay.
of
Cheaper,
the
generic.
king,
Uh-huh.
and then you put your pimento cheese in it,
Uh-huh.
and then you cut the sides off and you triangle it. into 4 triangles.
You can do that.
And those make a pretty decorative plate.
They do.
For like
They do,
church, for
indeed.
Sunday school,
Yeah.
or a
You know,
shower.
I'm a lapsed Presbyterian, so I don't really know what they do in the church anymore as far as food is concerned. But they do like to eat a lot. I have a friend in Piedmont that does a lot with her church, and I have done several sandwich trays. I did. I fed the Women Executives Network last Wednesday, I think, yeah. And we have 2 different kinds of chicken salad, and I made deviled eggs of different varieties, and I made a pimento cheese deviled eggs, and those were really good. That was nice. That was
bet that was
very,
nice.
very
that's
nice.
a good
I bet that was
idea.
very nice.
And they were pretty, and so we'll do that sometime too.
That's a good idea.
It's you need to use an older egg to do deviled eggs because they're a whole lot easier to peel if they're older. Just FYI. So if you're planning ahead that you have some meal coming up that you are the designated deviled egg doer, then you need to
deviled
go
egg
ahead
getter.
and get those eggs aging
Right.
so that it's actually. I was later than I meant to be today because I had to go back to the house to get the eggs because there's an egg required for this mayonnaise recipe, and I was like, we're using eggs out from under our chicken, so I've got to go back and get the eggs. And so
Those are fresh farm eggs.
they
then.
are fresh farm eggs, indeed. Out from under the chickens. The ducks lay eggs as well, the girl ducks do, and they're bigger than the chicken eggs, and that was a little bit too large for this recipe that we're doing.
Okay, I'm excited. Okay, so she's going to start us off.
That was a lot of
Got to
words.
make the mayonnaise
All right,
first,
yes, we
right?
are. We're going to make the mayonnaise first. And
Okay,
so
we're
my
making the mayonnaise
recipe
first.
taken off of the internet says that I need 3/4 of a cup of light olive oil. So we're using our smooth extra virgin olive oil, not the robust extra virgin olive oil.
We don't want to
that's
taste it too
greener.
much, right?
Correct. We don't. We want it just to kind of be the base of what we're doing here. So I'm going to take the top off of this bad boy. And of course, this is not the cup that has the 3/4 measure on it, but I figure I can probably
You can
do
eyeball it pretty
3/4
well.
exactly. I can eyeball that. Speaking of eyeballing, I was cutting some
I would say that's about perfect.
pretty darn close, right?
Yes, it is.
I was cutting some bread, and I have decided on the zucchini bread that I'm not going to slice it into 2 pieces because it just keeps cracking it up too much. And you know, if you're riding down the road trying to eat your zucchini bread, most of it's going in your lap. That's not very helpful. So, new twist on the zucchini bread as it appears at Cold Coffee and other locations around the
Which
area.
is my go-to
There you
thing.
go.
Oh, yeah, most
Cannot go
definitely.
through cold coffee.
Oh, and you know
and
what?
not have the zucchini bread.
and you
it's
know,
really,
Louis-
it's zucchini bread, but it's more like zucchini pound cake.
It is.
It
Yes.
is
And it's fresh.
phenomenal. It's
Yes.
phenomenal.
It's fresh. It's not processed. That's
Right.
Well, and we've talked about that on one of the other shows about how we've got to get away from so much processed foods.
Yes.
You know, ultra
Yes.
processed is worse. You know, processed is
Absolutely.
A lot of things are still going to be processed. You know, like even your cheeses at the grocery store. But a lot of things are ultra processed. That's where
That's
it's
right.
not as good for
That's
us.
right.
But like her bread that you can pick up at cold
so-
coffee.
it's so
Oh, and
fresh,
I
so
like the
fresh.
brownies.
It's
They're
nice.
called killer brownies.
The brownies
It's
are
the
good.
brownie that will change your life. Gluten-free brownie that will change your life.
And there's artisanal baked goods
artisanal,
there.
yes.
Artisanal.
Uh-huh.
I always say artisanal.
You do. I'm
know,
trying
this
to get you
live
there.
TV, right? Artisanal.
I'm trying to get you there.
Artisanal has
she's
a
getting me there.
good
It's a large
brownie.
bowl.
Yes,
You know, this
yes,
could all go
very
bad
good.
on me right here because I really probably need a larger bowl. So I'm going to get rid
Oh,
of
yeah. Well,
the.
you switch
I think you're
bowls then,
okay.
Susan.
Yep,
yeah. We're on live TV. It's okay
I
to
don't know.
do
We
that.
don't all want to wear
Yes.
this, and so we're going
We're
to go
doing
to
it
this
together.
other bowl.
We're going to
Yep.
just have a bigger bowl.
gonna use a bigger bowl.
That'll be fine.
We're gonna need
and
a
actually,
bigger
while
bowl.
she's cleaning that bowl, I will. Actually, that was a good idea, Louis. If the guys will throw up our other graphic sponsors, I would love to talk about
Graphic
them
sponsors.
real quick. I would, if
right, here we
the
go.
guys are listening. I don't think he may not have stepped away.
he
But
doesn't
I
listen
wanted
to
to
us
talk
most
about
of the
Cold
time.
Coffee and Jared because you can call ahead there actually. But Aaron Griffith, excuse me, he's got one of our sponsors up there right now. Aaron Griffith with ERA King Real Estate. The number is 256-283-0632. You can also email her at Erin, ERIN, eraking.com. She is great at helping you find out all the details on buying a home, selling a home, land, business properties, anything you need in that aspect. She'll be glad to help you.
So when we're using an egg in a recipe, interruption,
Wait a minute,
please,
now
ma'am.
we're going to
Wait,
come back.
wait,
We're on
wait,
live
wait.
TV. The guys have got to take down my ERA King real estate.
All I'm saying is that when you're cracking an egg, you crack it into a clear bowl and make sure
Right.
you don't have eggshell in it before you dump it into your recipe.
Perfect.
There you go. Okay.
So now we're back, to
your
making
thing.
the
Yes.
mayonnaise,
Right.
guys. That's
Yes,
what we're
now
doing.
Making the mayonnaise, lemon juice, 1 tablespoon. We're going to roll the lemon around a little bit, and that's going to make it so that it's easier to squeeze the juice out of. It will be more willing to let go of the juice.
Is it one whole
The straight-
lemon or?
It is 1 teaspoon.
1
and
teaspoon,
yes,
okay.
and so I'm going to teaspoon
So you want me to
that
give me a
into here.
spoon and do? I'll
I
hold
have
it.
teaspoons
Oh, you do
actually
right
in
there?
my thing
Okay.
over there, but I'm going to show you what a teaspoon looks like because I'm kind of used to making teaspoons.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm using the little
Fresh
thing so that
lemon.
we don't end up with
This is
seeds in
fresh
this.
mayonnaise, real
Yes.
mayonnaise.
I haven't ever done this before.
She's making for us today. That's
Yep.
great.
Oh, that's way more than a teaspoon. Okay, so we're gonna just do about half of that.
Yeah. Lemon is so good for you.
That was
though.
a very happy
Is it?
lemon right there.
Uh-huh. You remember the old, as we were kids, you probably remember the honey, lemon, and whiskey, even though my parents didn't drink. They didn't even keep alcohol.
I faked
but-
having a cough
That
and a
whiskey.
sore throat. Yes,
Oh, did
that was
you?
my venture into
Because you liked
alcoholism
honey,
was
lemon,
just
and
let's,
whiskey?
yes, have
Yeah,
the whiskey.
because
Give me the whiskey.
In the old days, a lot of times that was the
Skip the
recipe
honey and
they
the
Yeah,
lemon.
used.
I don't
And
need
you
that.
know,
honey and a
our
lemon.
kids
Okay,
now,
I've got-
you probably know this, the Zarbies. A lot, that's a big thing.
This
Honey
is a
and lemon, cough
teaspoon.
syrup.
Teaspoon of Dijon mustard is going in
All
here.
right, well, we're going to take a break, Susan, in
course we
just
are.
a second.
Yep.
Just a few seconds
We're good.
here.
Uh-oh.
And what is that?
Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard.
Yes, ma'am.
Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard that's sticking on the spoon. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, there's some little quick things you can use. Lemon is great. Like if you go to a restaurant and they ask if you want lemon, put it with your water and add a little sugar, and you got lemonade at your table.
You know
kid,
what?
How about that?
My kids think they're making lemonade. They do that. And then,
Yes. Well, we're going to take a quick break,
Very
but
good.
we will be right back. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere because we're making some mayonnaise and
Yeah.
pimento cheese today. Welcome back to In Style Cooking and the Community. I'm Kathy Taylor, your host, and this is Susan Shipman, our co-host,
Hello.
and we have Lewis Downing with Downing and Sons with us, and he's going to sit down with us in just a little bit,
Sure.
and we're going to have a sit-down community chat with him in our community segment. So don't go away. Now we're doing some cooking right now with Susan from Oven Odyssey.
So what we're doing is we're going to emulsify the olive oil, egg, Dijon mustard. I put a little bit of salt in there. It says pepper in the recipe. Why? There's no pepper in mayonnaise. So emulsify. This is us. We are emulsifying. That's nice. Isn't that nice?
It already looks like mayonnaise, doesn't it?
It does. So I'm going to scrape this down off the side, make sure that we keep all the good stuff in there. See, it's still pretty liquidy. Won't be for long. This is the niftiest little doodad. It's got a whipped cream attachment too, which is phenomenal. Keep a little bit more.
She's whipping
That's
us up some
amazing
mayonnaise.
how fast it happens. It's thickening.
Isn't that lovely?
Wow.
How cost effective is that if you could make your own mayonnaise at home?
Oh, amazing. You know,
Because a jar is like $8 now. Is it not?
Yeah, a jar of Dukes is about $8.
Yeah,
Y'all
or
are shopping at the wrong store, but
Hellman's
still,
or
that's
Duke's.
a lot of money. And it's not a quart anymore, you know. It's 30 ounces instead of 32.
That's right.
Probably can't hear anything that I'm saying. That looks a little
it's 30 instead of 32 and not a glass container.
That's right.
Yes, all of that.
It's growing up.
plastic
Growing
now.
up, I knew that what you were supposed to put your pimento cheese into was the cleaned out Duke's mayonnaise jar.
Absolutely. You know what? We are still canning with some glass mayonnaise jars.
Sure.
And, all right, so that's what we're going to do with that. We're going to call that done. That looks pretty nice. It's a little looser than. We're going to give that just another second. See if we can tighten it up a little bit. And so with the pimento cheese, I've got some cream cheese that I've had
this is
out
good.
of the cooler. I like cream cheese in the pimento cheese. It kind of smooths it out.
That is lovely.
That
Yeah, I'm saying that's
smell
good.
it.
Isn't it nice?
It smells
That
just
is
like.
nice. Like
I
it
don't
ought
know
to,
that it
doesn't
doesn't smell better than the mayonnaise in the
I'm
jar.
wearing a little bit of that. That's good. That is just good. I may have put too much lemon juice in
Can you
that.
show
got
the
it too
audience
wet.
that mayonnaise?
Absolutely.
Because that looks really good.
Yes.
Do you see that, guys?
We're gonna put
That's
that
fantastic. I'm
in a
going to
bowl.
move this so that they can see
Okay.
better.
And I'm going to put the mayonnaise.
And this is olive
in this
oil
bowl.
mayonnaise.
It
But it
is.
doesn't have to be olive oil,
No,
right?
no,
It can
you
be
can
anything,
use whatever
right?
kind of oil you want. Yes.
And some of you mentioned Duke's. Do they have an olive oil based mayonnaise? I know
I hope not.
Hellman's
Lord,
does.
I hope not.
Hellman's does.
Well,
Hellman's does,
that's
and
fine for
actually,
Hellman's.
it's
Don't do
good.
that.
Dukes is doing what they need to be doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You sound like my son-in-law. That's
Don't
what- he
touch
likes
my Duke's mayonnaise.
Yes. But Hellman's mayonnaise, I do. They have an olive oil mayonnaise, and I actually bought it just to see if it was any good. A little smaller one, even though they're still outrageous right now. But it was cheaper, and it was great just to have for sandwiches.
Sure.
You know, my husband couldn't tell the difference, so that meant it was pretty good.
There you go. That's
yeah,
it.
I didn't
That's
tell him.
the husband
he knows
test.
now.
Hey, honey.
He knows now.
All right, we're going to
As
grate
he's
some
watching
cheese
the
now
show,
to go
he'll be
into
like,
the. And we'll use the emulsifier again to that's not what it's called, but to work the cream cheese in with the mayonnaise before we put this cheese in. You keep
Oh,
this.
that's smart.
Keep your cheese. This is extra sharp cheddar, and I've got the bag around it, so I'm not contaminating it with my hands. My hands are clean, but
a
they're
great
not
idea.
completely clean, you know. And so, yeah, this keeps us from mucking up the cheese.
So you just throw it, just zip it up and throw it right back in the fridge.
You
can't
can, absolutely.
And y'all, that cheese that's better for you than buying actually. Even though I'm so guilty, I buy the bagged
You know,
pre-cut cheese.
Not for pimento
The
cheese.
grated cheese in a bag
It's
has
better.
got powder on it.
Yes,
Not
it does.
baby powder, but
Anti-caking
it
agent.
does, exactly. And
So I
we
guess
don't
that
want
would be
that.
considered an ultra processed food.
Not
Not
quite.
just processed, or is it just a process?
You
So
know,
I
it
guess
doesn't
it'd be
melt.
processed.
It doesn't melt like fresh shredded
no.
does.
No, it
and
doesn't.
It's not. It's going to have that kind of drier
doesn't
texture.
work. It is not going to work the same in your recipes.
And you can actually tell, like when you buy cheeses at the market, different brands when you try some of them.
Sure.
You know, and some of that is like the old saying, you get what you pay for. Because
I'm a big
sometimes you
believer
can
in
buy
that.
the cheaper brand and it doesn't, your
Well,
dish, or
this-
like when I bake a chicken casserole or a pasta dish or squash casserole, a lot of times I have to go buy the more expensive pre-shredded cheese if I've got to use that.
8 ounces of
If I don't have
cheese
the time
here.
to slice it, you know.
8 ounces of extra sharp cheddar cheese. If you don't have a scale in your kitchen, you really want one. Get yourself a little digital scale. It's going to make you happy. I don't want this whole half of a thing here. I just want half of the half.
About 2 ounces.
Yes.
So you have a
Thank
little
you.
scale at home that
Yes,
you use to
yes,
measure?
I do. I am kind of slow sometimes, and I was well into this baking venture and you know, trying to make have the same amount of batter in all the pans, and it finally occurred to me that I could weigh them. Yes, because I'm
That's
just
smart.
kind of slow, right? And so if I weigh them, then they're all going to be the same because the pans are all the same. You know, obviously have to weigh the pans, but the pans are all the same.
So we use the kitchen scale for weighing flour, I guess you may,
Yes.
and baking. But
Yes.
we like to do homemade pizza at home. So
Okay.
we'll do
Yeah. Do y'all do the homemade dough? Oh, that's good.
So we use a scale to weigh all the dry ingredients.
That's great. I actually cheat and buy the dough. It's, you know, pre-done
whatever
or
you
the
can
Pillsbury.
do. It's good.
That's fine.
And
yeah,
then,
whatever.
then the rest I do
Yeah.
homemade, you know. It just, it
You can
tastes
even
so
get
good.
you can even get it in a dry packet.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
Chef
of Martha
Boyardee.
White. Martha White
Yeah.
has a pizza dough.
Where you can mix it straight out of a box.
Yeah, like a pack of muffin mix.
Right.
You know.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
That does not look like it's doing exactly what I need for it to be doing here.
She's
Thank
gonna. She's
Yeah,
need to-
that's-
she's gonna. We don't
Come
want. We
off
don't
of
want to
there.
lose
Come
any of that
off
good
there.
stuff
It's all
in
stuck
there.
up in there, and that will not do.
We don't
need
want to
it down
lose any of
here.
that good
No.
stuff. She's making that
We
homemade
do
mayonnaise.
not.
And
A spatula
the
is another
cheese
thing you
in.
need to have in your kitchen. You need to have a good knife. Spatulas are amazing
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna throw away a whole lot less stuff.
The right
Over
tool.
your
And I like
It's
bamboo
important.
spoons.
It's the
I
right-
know they're wood, so you have to be careful to make sure you wash those really well.
Sure.
If you're baking, if you're mixing something, you know, pork, chicken, or beef.
Always in between, you've got to wash, wash.
But I love bamboo spoons. Now, my husband personally can't stand them.
What is it?
I don't know why he doesn't like the bamboo wood spoons.
Oh,
He likes the plastic ones, like that, not plastic, the silicone.
Uh-huh.
He likes those better.
okay, that's mixed up pretty well, and that's not working out like I wanted it to. So here I'm going to put this in, and I usually drain the pimentos because they're going to have more juice than we want in our
Right.
pimento cheese.
Right?
See if we can get this up over here and not make a total mess. In you go.
Oh,
Well done.
no.
Very good.
Very
Thank
good.
you. Have my moments. I do.
That looks delicious.
The whole cheese grating thing, I've got a little jobby that you can turn the crank on,
Right.
and it's easier, and you don't cut your fingers. And I've got an attachment for the KitchenAid and all of that stuff. And I don't know, I'll end up doing it the hard way. It's okay.
Don't we all?
Yeah, but you know, we
That looks
really love
really
pimento
good.
cheese. We love pimento cheese.
While she is stirring that pimento cheese, that when we were talking about spatulas and things, that it made me think on these pans that have Teflon coating. At home, make sure you are using wooden spoons or you're using a silicone plastic type, something that won't scratch, because guys, if you start seeing this scratched up, it's time to throw it away. It's not worth keeping it because you
Well, you're also
actually can get some of
scratching
those
that
products.
Teflon
Yes.
into what you're consuming.
Yes, that's right. So it's time to throw that away. If you're nonstick, a lot of aluminum pans have got the nonstick too. You know, younger kids use those a lot baking in college, I'm sure.
That one is a
This is not
Blue
this is
Diamond?
not a aluminum. It's stainless steel, but it's steel, y'all. When that starts scratching, or if you've scratched it, and I noticed that because my husband, he likes to use metal spoons, and so I've had to throw away a couple of those pans.
That was not
So-
Teflon, and so we're not really worried
No, this
about
is a
that.
good one.
That's
But
another good tool for your kitchen.
right. But I know my son. I tell him, you need to buy stainless steel because it'll last you a lifetime.
And if you take care of it, it's really once you
Yes.
learn how to use stainless steel well, it's really the best.
I have
Yes,
some of
it
my
is.
parents' wedding stuff. That's Revere is the brand name on that.
Right.
Pots and pans from their wedding. They got little copper bottoms on them, and so that was a
And-
little while ago.
And I'll tell you, if you go to a yard sales guy, anybody, if you go to yard sales, thrift stores, and you see some old stainless steel pots and pans and they're made by Salad Master, get them.
Oh, yeah?
Best they make. That is a stainless steel grade. It's like a hospital grade stainless steel. My grandmother had a couple, and I inherited those from my mother when she passed
Oh, wow.
away. And then I actually knew a friend of mine, her husband sold Salad Master. And it's an investment. They're very expensive.
But you get what you pay for.
Yes, and that's something though you could save up and say, that's what I want for Christmas or my birthday.
That's right.
It's a nice
Oh, yeah, very nice
grade of
Christmas or
stainless
very
steel.
nice birthday
Yeah,
present,
you can't
sure.
buy them in a department store though. Those are order, and my grandmother's pot is probably, I don't know, 80 years old.
Wow.
There
If
you
not
go.
older.
Iron
Probably
skillets are
now.
something you need to have in your kitchen also.
Yes, iron skillets. That's another thing you can use that. And those are actually great to have on hand if your power goes out.
Sure.
Because you can actually take your iron skillet and go outside and throw it on your propane grill or your charcoal grill, and you can still cook if your power's out.
Absolutely. We wouldn't want to miss a
Excuse
meal.
me.
Not at my house.
No, never.
That is looking perfect.
I'm thinking we're calling it a done deal. And
That looks delicious.
So we made
We've
our
only
own
got a few
mayonnaise.
seconds left. But you know what? We might just have to have a sit down. Did you bring some crackers?
I think we used all the crackers to
Aw.
make the, yes.
Well, that's okay. We'll
that's
still
all
get
right.
to
We can
taste.
still eat this. You
We're
don't
going to take a
eat that
quick
right off
break,
my
but we'll be
finger.
right back with more In Style Cooking and Community. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to In Style Cooking and the Community. We're here with Louis Downing of Downing and Sons.
Yes.
And he owns a great business. Well, actually, it was
think
your
so.
grandfather and your father, and now it's
That's
passed
right.
down to
That's
you,
right.
right,
That's
Louis? And we were cooking. Well, we didn't cook today. Excuse me, I
That's
said that
cooking.
wrong.
But
we
we
were
prepared.
mincing.
Tomato cheese is cooking.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Uh,
A bowl of
Susan
cereal
made us
is
some
cooking
great
at my
A bowl of
house.
cereal's
pimento
cooking
cheese.
sometimes.
And we're going to try some of that, but I want to know what's happening at your store right now. Anything going on? Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Because this is August going into September now.
That's
so
right.
what is the planning like? What do you see people preparing to buy?
What do I need to come
plant?
get?
You
go
need
in
to
my garden.
come.
And
you
I'm
need
gonna
to start
see
getting
this
you
right
need
here.
to start getting your gardens ready for fall.
Greens.
So, the heat is taking a toll on your garden right
Yep.
now. Everything is starting to play out. You are planting second crops and rotations of things like crookneck squash or bush beans of some variety. But everything's starting to play out, so now is
Right.
a good time to let those things play out, get your canning done, get your freezing done, whatever you need to do. And start so you can start getting your garden cleaned out for the fall time.
Now, what type products at your store do you carry? Can you get them like the mason jars and things like that, or help them?
Oh,
or you can get
yeah,
it?
Yeah,
Good.
sure. We carry canning supplies if you're trying to get the last of your vegetable garden
Right.
canned, or you're just short, or you haven't started yet. Whatever, we can help you get all that going. We've got all kind of canning supplies.
Oh, that's great.
Sure.
The jars and everything.
Jars from
Lids,
lids
bands,
and rings, on up to
funnels,
canners.
canners.
So whatever you need.
And if you don't know how to do it, probably Lewis could help you a little bit on that part. couldn't he?
Probably.
Or you
maybe a
could
little
Google
bit,
it.
but
Through the
you-
internet.
You can Google it. Yeah, you can Google everything now.
But Susan Shipman probably, if
We know a few things about
would
canning.
be your go-to
Yeah.
We
canning
do.
expert.
We know a
here.
few things.
Maybe that may be a good topic for one of the shows. Is
Yes,
go.
canning.
Yes.
We ought to talk about that. I
Sure.
haven't done that since I was a little girl, and I remember taking those mason jars and lining up in a big baking pan and putting the cloth and it's sterilized with the heat and water. That was back before there was canning
How
supplies.
is this pimento cheese?
It is fully
Is it
edible.
delicious?
It is absolutely
We have
edible.
100% pimento cheese. That's
And if you
fantastic.
didn't join
No
us earlier,
kidding.
Susan, tell them what you did right here, what we're eating right now.
First, we made mayonnaise with an egg and 3/4 of a cup of oil.
Of olive oil, and
Olive
it makes
oil.
it's a more delicate pimento cheese with the olive oil.
Thank
I
you.
think.
Yes, it is. And it's got a teaspoon of lemon juice, a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a little pinch of sea salt, and of course, pimentos, drained pimentos, and kind of smash them up. You know, the jar says diced.
Wonderful.
I guess that's relative. Diced is relative, but yeah. And 2 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature, so that it would
That's
mix
very
in
good.
well. And
There's
So
no
people-
half a
comparison.
pound of sharp cheddar.
No comparison.
That's wonderful.
This
isn't
is delicious.
Thank
People
you.
that don't like pimento cheese, Because it comes
No.
because it comes prepackaged.
And it's got
like the
sugar
Mrs.
in it.
If you
Like
had
the
bought
Mrs.
that,
Stratton's
and
pimento
it's
cheese
sweet.
will get you by.
Yeah,
In a
but-
pinch if you're a big pimento cheese
Yeah,
person, but
but-
if you're not,
yeah.
that's all you've ever had. You've never really had real pimento
this
cheese.
is really pimento cheese.
That's correct.
Now,
done.
I've actually never made homemade pimento cheese,
That's okay.
and this
okay.
is delicious.
Now you know how.
It is delicious.
Very good.
And it goes so much further than store-bought pimento cheese.
Oh, yes, it does.
You can do it at home.
You can.
probably
It's really simple.
have all the ingredients to not only make pimento cheese, but to make it from the ground up. Make if you want to make your own mayonnaise.
Is there
Yep.
anything happening at the store that you'd like to discuss or tell us some things, some tips
You know, we're
coming
just
up?
we're full throttle. We're full. Our fabric store, we've got nicer fabrics and more fabrics in our fabric store right now, Kathy, I think, than we've had in a long time. People are going back to school, going back to college. We see a lot of people coming in to redecorate dorm rooms. If you have a child going off to college, people are coming in to get those custom items ready for that, so that keeps us
Nice.
busy.
Yeah, because they can pick the fabric for the draperies.
Sure,
And
drapes, pillows.
Yes.
We do a lot of headboards.
Oh, that's a great
for dorm
idea.
rooms, lampshades.
That's interesting.
All kinds of stuff. But a lot of curtains, a lot of headboards, a lot of custom pillows, a lot of bed skirts, things like that.
Because, you know, with him saying that about the headboards, y'all, that's very cost effective. If you have a lot of children, you can buy just the cheap bed frame and a mattress, and you can make your own headboard.
Really easily.
Go get some fabric from him. You'll have a beautiful headboard. And then you can make a pretty spread, and then get you just a bunch of cheap pillows, really, and some decorative pillowcases, and you
Call
can
it
brighten up
floofy.
the whole room. College rooms, those
Yeah.
are the best.
We can help you find someone that will do the work for you.
Right.
So if you want to have custom pillow shims made, or have that headboard upholstered,
Nice.
whatever you need, we can help you get
Right,
it done.
because a lot of times people, you know, with children, or if your kids are going off to college, a lot of times you're in a pinch, and so you're trying to save those dollars. And we want to help you save those dollars right here in the community, right here in Calhoun
So you
County.
can spend them on tuition.
So you can put
Yes,
it on tuition.
and
That's right.
food for those
yes,
for
yes.
those
And
hungry mouths
entertainment.
going
Right.
into college. But yes, because you know a nice bed suit is beautiful, and you can actually save that for them because they're going to need it when they graduate college and get their own place.
That's right.
But a lot of times you don't want to spend the money on a new bed. Because you're looking at from $400 to $4,000 in just the bed frame, not
not in
even
my
the
house.
bedding. So I mean, you can get a frame somewhere.
I don't know if
Probably
I'm
what,
going to live
$100
long enough for a
bucks.
$4,000 bed.
Yes, you
$100
will.
bucks. Oh, I'm sure they're probably even higher than that. But you can get a frame cheap, and then go see like
That's right.
Lewis, and he'll help you figure out how to do some kind of headboard,
Sure.
or
All
just
you
a
need is-
array of
all you need is
fabric pillows.
A piece of plywood. We cut foam. We cut upholstery
Right.
foam at the store,
Right.
so we can do that for you.
Right.
And then all you need is a little fabric.
Yeah, and because can't you like in dorms and stuff? A lot of times they're still good about you can hang pictures on the walls, so they can
Probably.
actually hang that headboard.
Sure.
You know, and then have some accent pillows. You can get some fabric to match it, and then you have some beautiful accent pillows
Lovely.
That's right.
to match.
Lovely. I can
And
just
you
picture it.
Cost effective.
Certainly.
That is very cost effective
Well, it's
for you
much
parents
less
out there
than if you go
sending
to
them off to
Bed Bath
college.
and Beyond.
Because that's coming probably about end of August. We're getting there.
They're
and-
already going. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah, because school's starting back, and we're getting geared up for football season.
Yes, Roll Tide.
Just about 5 or 6 weeks, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Well, we'll be closer to it to when this show even airs. We'll be even closer
Sure.
than that.
Absolutely.
right.
Yes,
yes,
we will.
we're
We'll be
ready.
on
So
it.
the pimento
We'll be
cheese that
on
Susan
it.
made would be great for
Be
and actually her
absolutely
business.
perfect on
you can
sourdough
call her.
bread.
If the guys will throw up my graphics for the Oven Odyssey, that is Susan and her husband own it.
Sourdough bread.
Susan, if you'll tell us your email address.
It is ovenodyssey@gmail.com. We also have a website, ovenodyssey.com.
And
I have vowed to post some recipes up there, so look for those. They're coming.
And you can reach her by phone at 938-899-4222.
That is it.
And she'd be happy to help you with
Absolutely.
your catering.
You know, that kickoff football game is a good time to get loaded up on some snackage. And we make a Chex Party Mix that is to die for, and have some of these little football containers to serve them in, and lots of fun stuff.
Pimento cheese.
Right. And
white
now,
corn chips.
I'm going to put your number up on the screen, Lewis, because they need to contact you. You have a website, correct?
We've got a brand new, gorgeous website.
Yes, it is lovely.
It is. It has an e-commerce function, so you can shop fabrics that are in our store.
Yes.
Ask us questions. Come in.
And they have been open since 1963, and you can reach Lewis at 256-236-8972.
And you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram, the regular socials.
Yes.
We're there too.
Yes, that's wonderful, wonderful. Also, while the guys are throwing up our graphics, we need to mention our cold coffee, Jared Snyder. A wonderful place to go to have a nice cup of coffee, and you can call ahead
Yes.
at 256-239-4417, and he'll be glad to take your order and have it ready so you can just whip right through that drive-through and get it. And actually, him and his wife started this business 2 years ago at the coffee shop, but they actually started like out of a truck.
They had a cart. They had a coffee
cart.
cart. Yes,
Cart.
and then they had
And then a truck.
the coffee truck. And I remember February in the parking lot at the Chamber. It was frigid, and standing out there waiting for my coffee to get ready. But they do such a great job and have the best people in the world working for them. So does Downey and Sons have the best people in the world
Yes.
working
We
for
have been
them.
very fortunate to have really high quality employees.
Yes. And real quick, if you need to purchase a piece of property to move in, if you'd like to move into our county or our city of Anniston, Oxford, surrounding area, we would love to have you. You can call Erin Wise. She is actually our real estate contact here in Calhoun County at ERA King Real Estate, and her number is 256-283-0632, and you can contact her by email at erinw@eraking.com.
Nice lady and knows her business.
She's a sweetheart.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Indeed.
And Lewis, with football season coming up, is there anything else we need to know, like that we can pick up at your store that might be helpful? Like, do y'all carry rakes and
Yeah, we carry
all
all the
those
stuff that you'll
things
need
for fall yards?
for fall, for keeping your yard clean, or maintaining your garden, or getting the inside of your home ready for the holidays. That won't be too far away.
It's like every year.
That's right.
Rolling
So
right
I
around.
see a lot of the stores are already decorated for Halloween.
And
Isn't that
harvest.
crazy?
Yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, we have all that. So anything you need to get the inside or the outside of your home ready for
I
fall.
haven't ever found the pull crank on the rake thing, so I don't know how to use those.
On the what now?
On the rake. Yeah, the rake is too manual for me.
This is
I got you.
Way
Okay,
too
that went
manual
over
for
my
me.
head.
That's okay,
Yeah, that's live
Kathy.
TV. That's funny though. That was good. That was a good one, Susan.
Welcome.
You got me on that one.
It's okay.
Yes, I am so excited. So be sure and tune in with us here every Wednesday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. for a new episode. It also airs on Wednesday evening from 7 to 8
Yes.
p.m. and Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2. And Sunday 4 to 5 p.m. and Monday night 7 to 8 p.m. before a new episode rolls over the next Wednesday.
That's a lot of chances to watch. That's
a
really
plenty of
good.
chances
on
to
YouTube
watch.
all the time.
Thank you so much for joining us, Lewis, today.
Well, thank you all so much
we
for having me.
love
That
having
was
you
so
on
much
the
fun.
show.
Thank you for the
We love
promotion.
having
Yes.
Susan on the
Yes,
show cooking.
absolutely.
And if you would like to do some advertising or support our community show, even if you're in a surrounding county and you're watching us on WOTM in Birmingham, Auburn, or Sylacauga, Facebook or TV,
Australia.
you can search us. I gotta cut us off. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Welcome back to In Style Cooking and the Community, and I must apologize. Yes, this is live TV, Lewis Downing was joining us, and I took us out like we were going to see you next week. And I didn't mean to do that because we have a fantastic guest. And I know you're excited, and I'm excited to hear about Redbird Willow Farms. And this is Miss Michelle Hornsby that's going to tell us a little bit about it today. So tell us, okay, you brought books, you brought brochures. Can I just ask you to just go with it?
Well,
because you've got so much.
I have a lot to tell.
Yes.
Well, first of all, Redbird Willow Farm, for those of you who aren't familiar with us, we opened to the public in 2022, and we are a nonprofit, USDA licensed hobby farm, basically. We have over 100 animals at our farm.
Wow.
And we do guided tours, unguided tours, events like birthday parties, baby showers, gender reveals. We also do animal encounters with some really interesting animals. We do a lot of educational events with field trips and with schools. We also do a lot of off-property events where we will bring the animals to you, whether you're a library or a residence. We have a little horse we take that's a unicorn that we can take to birthday parties.
Excellent.
And so, yes, we do a lot of different things at our farm. And the story behind the farm and the mission behind the farm is something that I'm very, very honored to be a part of. And it kind of happened quite by accident.
There is a special story about that, right?
Yes, yes.
I talked with her briefly on the phone, and your voice and listening to you, I was like, this is something that everybody needs to know about, not just in Calhoun County, because you may be watching us from Auburn, Sylacauga, up near my sister, Arab, Boaz,
Australia,
yes, online, because you can actually watch us in your local channel right here in Calhoun County, or Cleveland will be Channel 9 with Sparklight. But I actually watch our show, and my husband does in the mornings. He actually pulls it up on Roku. We have Roku TVs, and he just goes over there to the home side, and you can go to search, and you type in WEAC TV 24, and then it'll pull it up. And then the next time you go to watch, if you click home and search again, it'll automatically pull up the WEAC TV logo, and then you can just go to that box, click on it, and then it automatically will click, and you can click it again for live. And if you click right at our time between 8 and 9 on Wednesday morning, it'll already be going. So you know you've got the right, you'll know you've got the right station.
Gotcha.
But WOTM in Birmingham also runs, that's cable, I believe, on theirs. But now, enough of me talking about where you can find this, because I want you to watch, just in case we have her on as a regular guest, because I would love to. She's a very sweet lady. Tell us about the book. What is the behind that?
So the book and the farm basically started quite by accident. I didn't mean to start a farm. I was not in that background at all. And so I have to tell you the part about the farm first before I can tell you the part about the book. But it started rather tragically. We had a devastating loss in our family. We lost our son, Justin, at the age of 26 to suicide.
Wow.
And so when you first experience a devastating loss like that, you're really lost as to what your purpose is. He was our only child. And so we really did not know at that point, because you feel like you're put here on this earth to be, a parent when you have children. And so when we suffered that loss and we found ourselves grappling for what to do, the first thing that we do, and the only thing that we needed to do, was to help other people. And that would hopefully, in turn, bring some healing back to us. So initially we did work with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, which is a phenomenal organization. And we did walks and fundraisers and that sort of thing with them for several years. And I did a lot of talking with people about what they needed to do to heal and how they could move forward. And so we did that for a little while, but I would come back totally depleted from those events.
You would be worn out emotionally.
I was overwhelmed. And it was not, I don't think that was the place that I was going to be able to do any good, because I became just too emotionally engaged in it. So it was not the right path for me. So during the pandemic, we decided that we were going to make a memorial area on the property where we live, where we lost our son. And so, we talked about moving, we talked about a lot of different things, but we decided that the best thing for us would be to stay there. That was Justin's home, and we wanted to stay there and embrace the memories and learn to weave them into our lives in a healthy way and keep and hold on to them. So we decided to stay, and we decided to make a memorial to memorialize Justin. We're going to put up a cross and that sort of thing. But the first thing we needed to do was to clear the property. We have about 25 acres, and so we needed to clear a little area that was heavily grown over. So my husband said, very casually, let's get some goats, bring them in first.
Oh, what a great
Bring them in first,
idea.
and then we'll bring the equipment in and we'll start cutting down trees and that sort of thing. And I very flippantly said, that's okay as long as they're cute goats. They have to be cute goats. That's all I care about. So little did I know, cute goats do not clear underbrush very well at all. They're terrible at it. They're terrible at it.
They're for looks,
Yes.
not for work,
You need a good
right?
hardy
Is that
billy
right?
goat. You need a good hardy billy goat to be able to do that work, which we didn't have. But we had 7 adorable goats, and this was during the pandemic. So my husband was working from home. My job had been pretty much phased out at that point that I had been doing for 30 years in sales and marketing.
yeah.
So I just, and being idle, especially when you're
Right.
grieving and going through that process, is not a good thing. You
Right.
need to keep moving. You
Yeah.
definitely need to keep putting
That
one
was
foot in front of the
depressing
other.
enough, wasn't
It was
it?
very.
Yes.
That was when the
The
world was shut
pandemic.
down. It was
Yeah.
very, very hard. So
Yes.
these 7 little goats became my saving grace. I got up every morning to take care of them,
Yes.
and I was outside, and it is where I genuinely began to heal. To where before I had been talking the talk but not really walking the walk, and this is where I began to slowly but surely reestablish my faith. And one of the things that in my many arguments with God that I had during these beginning days was that I was willing to fall forward, but I just didn't know what to believe in anymore because everything I had ever believed in was shattered. So I agreed that I would fall forward, but the stepping stones had to be laid out for me so clearly that a 3rd grader could figure it out. And that's exactly what's happened. Redbird Willow Farm has grown into a property with over 110 animals. As I mentioned before, we're a nonprofit, 501c3 now. We are insured. We've had over 10,000 visitors at our property.
Isn't that great?
It's phenomenal. It's one of the,
and that's like a praise towards your son.
it is, and it's all about him.
Yeah,
It's all
because that's the way to heal. Yeah.
And he died in such a tragic way that we did not want his legacy to be the way that he died.
Right.
His story is very important to tell, and unfortunately, it's the story of a lot of people that they've been on this path where they've suffered addiction or depression or both or other things, and they feel there's no way to move forward, and they lose hope. And so, one of the things that we learned during this process was that all of the battles that our son faced were transferred to us when we lost him, because then we had to try to pick up the pieces and do the very thing that we had been telling him to do for years, which was fight it with everything you've got. And so when we were at rock bottom, we had to do exactly what we had begged him to do, and he tried to do, but he just couldn't overcome it. So we started doing those things, and we started making sure that we talked about his life and the struggles that he had, but at the same talk about his life and who he was before addiction took over his personality and took over his soul, because that's what happens with addiction, is that you lose yourself in it. So this little story actually came to mind not long after we lost him, in the middle of the night, because when you are going through a time like this, you don't sleep much. And so I wrote this story in my mind, 2 o'clock in the morning, beginning to end.
This book?
Yes, this book right here, Just in Time to Be Kind. Beginning to end, I knew what every page was supposed to look like. I knew what the character was supposed to look like, but it sat idle for 5 years. It took me a really long time to get it on paper, and then when I finally did get it on paper, it took even more time to get it in front of someone who could actually do something with it. But there's a local author called Beth Duke. She's named Beth Duke. She lives in Delta. Right, so she's a friend of ours, and she was kind, and she was willing to read the rough draft that I had, and she started the ball rolling and put me in touch with Little Steps Publishing in London, and they agreed to accept the manuscript, and ever since then it's been a nonstop roller coaster with the book. We've printed 1,000 copies, and it's not quite sold out yet, but it's very close, and we're just starting our paperback run. That will be available in the spring.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Well done.
And what a perfect name.
Well,
Just
with his
in
name, and
time
we
to
used to
be
always tease him
kind.
because he was always just in time right after we put the groceries up or unloaded the car. He showed up just in time. We already got all the little chores done. I was always kind of a joke, but he was one of the most kind, hearted people that I've ever known in my life. He had a unique ability to be able to recognize opportunities to be kind to someone, and even at an early age wanted to act on them. So
Right.
every little story in this book, there's 3 different little instances. Those are all real instances that happened when he was a child, and things that he did to show kindness to someone else. And that's the legacy we want people to remember about
And
Justin.
your son's name was Justin? So that is precious. Justin and Just in Time. That's beautiful.
Well, thank
That's
you.
a beautiful, beautiful story.
Good for
And
you.
I know you've helped so many people heal.
Well, we hope so. You know, it takes a community of people. This
Right.
is not something that you can do on your own. And we've had so much support from Calhoun County,
Right.
from the residents of Calhoun County and outlying counties as well, that have supported our farm, supported our missions, because
Right.
we're really trying to approach suicide prevention from a different angle. And animals, I didn't know it was going to be the thing, but animals, you know, it's proven fact. They lower your blood pressure. They are
Oh, they're
intuitive. They're very
wonderful.
intuitive. And we, you know, that's what saved me. That's what actually brought me back to actually wanting to enjoy life again,
Yeah.
was through these animals. And so then we knew we had to share. So we started sharing them with other grieving moms first.
Right.
And then I finally just said, I need to open my gates to everyone, anyone that wants to
Yeah.
come. So that's how it
And the
started.
animals, the farm, the book, all of this just is wonderful. You've done for your son's memory, as well as for you and your husband.
It's been very healing for us.
To heal,
It gives
yeah.
us an opportunity to talk about Justin, to continue his story, his legacy. We actually are in the process of sending out 50 special edition copies of this book. And basically the premise behind it is there'll be instructions on the inside cover that if you read the book, then we ask that you upload your act of kindness to several social media platforms that we have, such as TikTok, Instagram,
Oh, that's
Facebook, and our
great.
website and so forth. And then once you do that, give the book to someone else and
Really?
continue that, and you'll join Justin's journey of kindness.
Oh, that's
So we have those going
wonderful.
out from everyone from the governor to the president to, I actually already have a couple of copies in other countries. There's a copy in Italy right now and a copy in Germany.
Right. Well, hopefully, now this is Redbird Willow Farms,
At
okay?
1103 Linlock Lane.
Linlock Lane. And I'm so excited that she joined us today. We're going to have to go, but you're going to have to come back.
Well, thank you for
sometimes.
having me.
Yeah, because I'm just, I get cold chills. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful story.
Thank you.
Especially if you've been there and had a tragedy with your child. There's nothing like it.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us for In Style Cooking in the Community. Thank you, Susan.
My
For
pleasure,
doing a great
always.
pimento cheese
Thank
today. It was
you.
wonderful.
I missed out on that. I'm
Wonderful.
going to come back with the cooking book. Okay.
Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next Wednesday right here on In Style Cooking and the Community.